meeting for a magic show. My name is Ralph Wright. I'm the current president of the Sid Lorraine Half Magic Club, which is ring 17 of the International Brotherhood of Magicians. Your MC for the show is a man who's been a performer for over 50 years, and you probably recognize him from the Uncle Bobby Show. Please welcome Ron Leonard.
Like the blue
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We've got a really bang-up show for you tonight. In fact, this may be one of the most banged-up shows you've ever seen. Kind of weird. We have some very strange guys on here. And, but, you know, I was reading in one of our medical journals, the Reader's Digest, that they say all babies are born cute. You know, you never see anybody look at a baby and say, "Oh, look at the ugly kid." But as we get older, they say about 1 out of every 3 people actually does get to be quite ugly. It was fun to check it out in the crowd. Look at the person on either side of me. If they look okay, then it's you. Well, they sort of drag me out of retirement every once in a while to do one of these kind of shows because I live up near Hastings, a little town. Oh, it's a very, very small town. And actually, we don't get any weather up there. No, you don't. You just meet a guy in the street and you say, "Kind of a day, ain't it?" Yeah. You know? The economy is so bad up there, you go to the one store and you buy a $2 item and you offer a $20 bill, the guy wants to make you a partner in the company. We really have some strange things. But we do have some very kind people. A lot of people out there really, really kind. And there was a salesman last winter on one of those slushy days, and he slid off the road, just a little way off, stuck up to the axles. He can't get the car out, but he did spot a farmhouse a little way back. So he goes up to the farm, and he knocks on the door. Farmer answers. He says, "Look, I'm stuck in the road down there. Could you do anything for me? Like get your tractor and pull me out?" Farmer says, "No, I retired years ago." He said, "I've sold off all that stuff." He said, "Well, isn't there something you can do?" She says, "Yeah, I got a blind mule named Charlie. And Charlie is very strong. I think he could pull you out." The guy says, "Okay, give it a try." So they get down there, he hooks Charlie up to the car. And he said, "All right, here we go. All right, Charlie, pull. Mikey, pull. Sally, pull. Achilles, pull." And old Charlie pulled the car right out of the mud. The guy said, "That's fantastic. And why are you calling all those other names?" He said, "Well, if Charlie thought he was alone, he never would have got it out." But you know, up there, we have the odd crime, not very often, but the odd one. In fact, my wife had all her credit cards stolen last month. But I'm not going to report it. The crook is spending half of what she did. But we also have a thing up there about wooden legs. Oh, that sounds weird, but I'll explain what happens. See, I got to know a farmer up there, and super guy, nice guy, and we're sort of wandering around one day, and I see a pig with a wooden leg. Pig with a wooden leg. I said, "What's the deal with the wooden leg?" He said, "That is the world's greatest pig. Absolutely the world's greatest pig." He said, "One night we went to sleep. I'd left a cigarette burning in the Chesterfield. Started to smolder. The pig got up to the window, banged on the window, woke us up. We got down, probably saved our lives." I said, "Isn't that wonderful?" He said, "Another time I was out plowing. Hit a soft spot. The tractor went over." He said, "That pig came up, dug like crazy. Got me out." I said, "Gee, that's wonderful, but what about the wooden leg?" "You don't eat a great pig like that all at once." That kind of puts you out for dinner, wouldn't it? But then there's old Skunkton Fraser, who lives on the next line down from me. He's an old hermit type guy. He's got 2 wooden legs, and his house caught on fire. So I called the Hastings Fire Department. They came down with their buckets, and they got it out. They saved the house, but he burned to the ground. It's a weird sort of place, but you see, living up there, the shows I do are usually in a barn or some old moldy church basement or something like that. I don't get to work in classy places like this. So if you don't mind, I'd like to get a few pictures of it. It's just so I can go back and say, "Hey, look at a classy place I was working in. Is it okay if Liz takes a few shots? Is it okay?" All right. see those. That would really impress me. There. Okay, and a couple more. Just look kind of classy. Did you enjoy the close-up magic up in the lobby? Did anybody see the close-up magic? Did you do close-up?
Can't put it close.
I can never tell without Herb. I was talking to Herb Statz the other day through his interpreter. And he was showing me a golf ball. He said, "This is the world's greatest golf ball." I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "You can't lose this ball." I said, "Don't be crazy. Of course you can lose it." He said, "No, you can't lose this one." If you knock it in the wood, you're going to lose it. He said, "No little antenna comes up. It goes beep, 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 beep. You find it right away." He said, "What happens if you knock it into the water? In one of those little ponds?" He said, "Little pontoons come out and come right back to you." He said, "You can't lose that ball. What happens if you knock it into a sand trap?" He said, "There's no tractor wheels come out. It'll come right in." He said, "You cannot lose this ball." I said, "That's incredible. Where did you get it?" He says, "I found it." That's hurt for you. We got to move along here because it's a pretty long show, but I thought it would be kind of nice for all of you, and I wasn't know how, I didn't know how many people were going to come. Anyway, we had some popcorn because when you go to the movies, they have all this popcorn, and look at the hands. They haven't eaten for a week. Okay. So we'll have a little popcorn. For those who are close, don't throw it. That's it. All right? Oh, I've got an idea. Since we can't give everybody a bag of popcorn, we'll have a little contest to see who gets the camera. Did you brought the camera?
Oh, you brought the camera?
Put it back. And what we'll do, I'm going to give you one line of a little limerick, and whoever comes up with a second line that rhymes gets the camera. Okay? Is that fair?
Yeah.
Okay, Jack and Jill went up the hill to pick a juicy orange. Give me a second line.
The orange drives.
Second line. I'm not getting the second line here.
Orange
Oh, right.
Jack started to
I need a bowl of porridge.
I don't know if we can get the camera away. I didn't get the second line. As a matter of fact, I think the camera disappeared anyway. All right, there we go. Thank you. Now we're going to move right on with our show and introduce a very clever, very wonderful performer. Have you all read your programs? You have the program, you've read them. Okay, because if you've read them, you know more than I do about these performers, and they're really terrific. So let's give a nice big welcome to Ron Martin. That was a great act, don't you think? Anyway, something I would like to do here is just a little bit of an eye check. You see, as the show goes on, things get trickier and trickier. So you got to have a very sharp eye. So just to get you all tuned up, tell me what you see. Does everybody see a white dot? I expect answers.
Yeah.
And 2 white dots on that side, 3 on this side, and 4 on that side, right?
Right.
Sure. Look, there's 1 on that side, 2 on that side, 3 on that side, and 4 on that side, right?
No.
I hear dissension in the ranks. There's 1 there. There's 2 there, and there's 3 there, and there's 4 there. Right? You're getting sharper, you see. Now you're right, there's only 3 on that side. Okay. And how many on this side? Huh? No, there's got to be 2. So it all depends how you turn the card. See what I mean? Because if I had gone straight around, like, like this, then you would have seen immediately what the deal was. You see, if I'd done this. kind of weird. Anyway, what I can't figure out is how that hole got there. I'm going to ask Al Palladini to come along and... The cabinet now are trying to get Chrétien elected Pope. Well, that's right. Because that way they'll only have to kiss his ring. Some people don't like magic. Women don't go for it. And most performers are men. Anyway, they don't like the bizarre, the weird, the psychic stuff and all that kind of thing. But right now, we've got a guy who is all of those things. Let's give Ron Gutman a nice welcome. Have you wait a second, Ronald? There's nothing like a magic show to mess up a stage, eh? God, the custodians love us. What are you doing with all that confetti? Well, he was doing a little bit of mental magic, and so I thought, why the heck shouldn't I? Now this is a very, very quick thing here. I have to find somebody right there. Okay. Do you know one card from the other?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. What's the other? You're in trouble already. What I'd like you to do is concentrate on the face of one card. Okay, will you do that? I think by the law of averages, it's going to be one of these. If you'll concentrate, I'll reach in, take out the card you're thinking of without looking. Fair enough? Hold it, look my way, concentrate. Yes, I think I've got it. Yes, would you name it, please?
Four of clubs.
The what?
Four of clubs.
Which?
Four of clubs.
You can see the cards well enough from back there. But anyways, we'll straighten that out in a minute. Actually, I was always ready with the four of spades. She picked the four of clubs, but it's kind of a psychological card. About 8 out of 10 times, somebody will pick the four of spades. So I'm always ready, and you know, they say four of spades, wow! Of course, I'm okay even if they pick the five of spades. Yeah, you know Demi Moore, just coming out with a new picture, the stripper. I got the screenplay right here. Really something, I'm telling you. Okay, now I'm going to, because I'm an old guy, you know, I was one of the very original members of Ring 17. I'm on the original charter. And was it 2 years ago, and I was 70, and they made me a life member. What the hell goes on? They give it to me on the short end. Weird. Anyway, this is kind of an oldie. It goes back a long way. Actually, you see, my whole family were magicians. It goes way back to my great-great-great-grandfather. He was killed in the Battle of the Plains of Abraham. Well, he wasn't in the battle. He was camping in a field nearby and went over to complain about the noise. No, he was weird. He'd married this girl from Venice. Bad type. She was a street swimmer. But anyway, my parents were magicians, and I was one of their first tricks. Actually, there's nothing very hard about this. Anybody with 5 fingers on their hand can learn 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Learn how to do this. There we are. Because running down through these little rods is a string with a tassel on the end. And you pull it down, and it just kind of hangs there. Isn't that exciting? What? What an easy audience. Okay. But when you pull this one down, the other one goes up. Thank you for that tremendous round of indifference. See, pull this one down, the other one goes up. A lot of people think that it's the same string. See, but actually they are both separate strings. Yet when you pull one down, the other still goes up. Now you're baffled. Okay, I know what you're thinking. See, I told you if you pull one down, the other goes up, right? There's a young lad right there. Would you like to be a magician for 30 seconds? Okay. Pull a string down. Just pull a string down. Nice and easy. Now, I told you this is not hard to do. Thanks. I don't know. Maybe we can fix it up. We'll take a big long hair, tie one end around the top of this string, the other end around the top of the other string. Now we've got the hair tied across the tops of the two strings. Y'all see it up at the back? Good. See, you just grab the hair, pull up on the hair, both strings go up. One goes down, the other goes up, and we're right back in business. Hey. Well, you're not a very big crowd, but you are quality. You really are. Anyway, we'll go. I got all kinds of stuff. I get hung up on a principle sometime. Did you hear that? See, that's a hearing aid. It's a son of a gun when you get old. You know, I feel like a 1970 television set. The color's gone, the picture's fuzzy, the sound is lousy, and the horizontal hold, forget it. Can't get it cleaned up. Anyway, when I was a young kid, sorry, Mike. I had to, see, I usually have it up this way, join the Cubs and the Scouts and all that. And the first thing they teach you is knots. So they're always giving you a knot. The first knot is called a square knot, otherwise known as a reef knot. But I could never learn to do the darn thing. I was so awkward until I learned a little bit about magic and ended up with a square knot. You don't think I can really tie it, do you? All right, here we go with the genuine square knot. Dun, da, 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 ha! All right, we'll do a couple more here. If you're getting tired of the rope tricks, we can always do something else, like maybe a handkerchief trick or something like that. But this is a very unusual rope. This is a really unusual rope. You see, it has two ends, one on each. And the crazy part about it, depending on how many drinks you've had, it sometimes looks as though the rope is actually hanging straight out in the air, you see. Now, I know it wouldn't look like that to you folks because you haven't been drinking, right? Isn't that crazy? Do you know how I do that?
Yep.
I have a little invisible dog. You see, and the little dog holds on to one end of the rope. And if you believe that, you'll believe anything. Hello. We go for a walk. Back this way. There we are. All right. Time to go home. Oh. There he goes. Ta-da. All right. Kind of crazy. A lot of guys looking for that formula. I'm not much of a gardener. I really don't like to work in the garden, but my wife is very good at it, and she does all the gardening. So I'm the hero. I take pictures of the flowers. So I make up a nice album every year of all of her flowers, which is very nice to have in the winter when you're looking through the flowers and you remember the summer. But geez, these winters lately have been really something, haven't they? I mean, those darn flowers just die off so fast. And what the heck can you do about it? Nothing. All you have to do is wait till spring again. You get all the flowers back. take a chance here because the next performer coming on needed a little time to get organized, and he is not on your program. In a few minutes, you'll understand why. He just had a long run for the Port Credit bus and has been a guest performer at the Clark Institute for about 3 years. I'm not going to tell you what he really does because he does it so well, and I know you're going to enjoy it. So let's give a nice big welcome to Wes Zaharak. A whistle like that into a hearing aid is really something, I'll tell you. Well, anyway, we're back. I'm glad to see that some of you came back, and I do have one little public service announcement. There is some American money being passed around in Canada. Some of it is counterfeit, as you well know. You've read the stories in the newspaper. So if somebody gives you an American bill, and especially if they don't want to exchange on it, no, there's a problem. So there is a little test, though, if you do get an American bill. We call it the thermodynamic test, and you can easily check any bill by just doing this, and there you go. And if it does that, it's a good one. Well, I'm going to do kind of one more little effect here. Not this particular thing. It gets in the way, you know, and I don't know what the hell to do about it. But this is, because I'm an old guy, I've shrunk. There we go. I like to do this, especially for the magicians. You know who made this? Harry Smith. Some of the guys out there will know. This is known as the die box. It's one of the classic tricks of magic, you see, because there's a solid cube here. I'm going to, I'll just throw it to you, and you catch it. It's heavy, all right? Okay. Ooh. Anybody walking around in there?
No.
Okay, it's solid?
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, it's solid. Okay, we put it in the box like that and close up the box. The hat will sit over here. Now, as soon, there's only one die. As soon as I'll say 1, 2, 3, we're all going to clap our hands together once. We make a big bang, like wham, and the die will go from the box right into the hat. All set. Here we go. Oh, you get a choice. It either goes visibly or invisibly. How do you want it? Visibly. Let me see it go, you dirty rats. Okay, there it is. Get the hands up. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Very good. And now if you watch, you will see the die as it slowly comes out of the box and right into the hat. Any questions? Okay, how many want to see it go invisibly? How many don't give a damn? Here we go. From the box into the hat, this time invisibly. Get the hands up, ready? 1, 2, 3. There. And you see the die actually has gone from the box and is now working its way mysteriously.
To the other side.
I heard that. It's gone. Jeez, of anything I can't stand, it's a sneaky audience. Okay. There we are. Well, right now, we're going to turn you over. Which will be an interesting picture. Okay. To a young guy who is a real big hit wherever he goes. He's worked a lot of the comedy clubs. He's worked on cruise ships. He's been pretty well around the world. So let's all give Matt the Cyril a great big magical welcome. The results of our higher education. Now I think we're on. Oh God, you're skinny, but I love you. All right, here we go. Friends, you have been a great audience, and we're coming up to a very sensational performance in a matter of seconds. But you know, usually, like at the skating shows and the operas and the ballet, people are always rushing up with gifts and flowers and stuff. So anyway, I just thought we'd take a look down the old tube here. Hey, yep. And I hope for the rest of your life everything is coming up roses. Right. Right now, I'd like to introduce a young man and his wife. And Jerry has recently been elected the president of Ring 17. Very, very clever, very inventive, creates a lot of illusions that are sometimes used by people like David Copperfield and so on. And I think you're going to see something brand new tonight that you have never seen before. So what do you say we give a great big welcome to Jerry and Leonor Prenette. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that kind of wraps it up for the evening. We hope you've had a good time, and probably around this time next year we'll do a different show with different people and so on. But we're so pleased that you did come. And kiddies, summer holidays coming. Be careful crossing the streets, right? Now just remember, the rest of you, a friend in need is a pest. Get rid of them.